One of the two things that a lot of buyers have heard about, but they don't know the actual details about, are the home inspection and the appraisal parts of the process. So that's what we're going to get into today. What's going on, guys? My name is Adam, and I'm the founder and CEO of Uprise Real Estate Partners. We're here in Central Texas, and we would love to connect with you even if you're not in Texas, because we have a big network nationwide, and we love connecting people with fellow trusted advisors, okay? So let's get into it. So first, we got the inspection, okay? So when you have a property under contract, you have the ability, or let me back up, when you're making an offer on a property, you're able to put an inspection period in some states, an option period in a state like Texas, where you negotiate a certain number of days with the seller to be able to have an option period or an inspection period, things of that nature, right? And things change a little bit, whether it's a foreclosure, whether it's a regular seller that you're buying from, okay? Now, the beautiful thing about the inspection is this: it's not required. You don't have to do it, right? Because guess what? An inspection is not free, right? So, you don't have to do it. You're not required to do it. You're not going to be penalized to do it. But we recommend you doing one, and the government recommends you doing one as well. Why? An inspection helps you understand what are all the things, or at least what are majority of the things that an inspector can discover and find out about the home that you're looking at, the home that you have under contract, that is not up to code, right? That's not up to today's current code. Now, it is important to understand that code always changes, right? You can't expect a home that was built in 1970 to have, abide by everything, every new code that has been written within the last 2 years, right? There's some grandfather clauses and some grace there, right? But it's still important to get a home inspection just so you know what's going on, right? So again, at Uprise, we talk a lot about here's how-to knowledge and here's skill set knowledge, right? Applied knowledge. So let me give you some applied knowledge when it comes to the inspection, okay? We teach our clients that there's two main things we're looking for when it comes to inspection. The first thing is, are there any major things wrong with the property that would make us want to back out of the deal? AKA, are there any financial big issues with the property that we don't want to spend money on that would make us want to cancel the deal, okay? And what's the reason for this? A lot of people say, you know what, I don't want to do an inspection. I'm just going to have my uncle look at it, have my dad look at it, and I'm sure everything's fine, right? Well, the problem with that is if they miss something or don't catch something and you move into the property and 3 months down the line, you find out that the roof needs to get replaced, right? Where you were saying, I don't want to waste that, those $300, $400, $500 for the inspection. Now you're like, oh my goodness, I wish I would have spent couple $100 and save myself $7, $8, $10, $12, $15,000 on buying a new roof, right? So that's just kind of how we look at it, right? So we're looking to discover, are there any major things that would make us want to back out the deal so we don't have to waste any more time? We got it. Thank you, ma'am. We're leaving, right? The second thing is to understand as much as we can, as much as the inspector can find, because they're not perfect, everything that's wrong with the house. So we can at least start to develop a game plan, right? For not only what we want fixed, but when we want to fix it, right? So, it's important to know if you're going to do electrical repairs or add lights somewhere, and you're going to need to cut in the drywall and the sheetrock before you paint the house, right? Because then you're just doing double work, double time, double money, right? And so what's another beautiful thing is about the inspection is when you hire a professional inspector, at least in the state of Texas, you get a full-blown report with photos, details, everything. And so that allows, if you have an option period or inspection period, that allows you to then go back to the seller and negotiate them taking care of some of those repairs. And it is negotiable, but now you have the ability to bring that to their attention and say, hold up, we didn't know about these things. What are we going to do about it, right? And it gives you another opportunity. So that's the value of an inspection, okay? Next is an appraisal, right? An appraisal is where we typically recommend after you get out of your option period, after you inspect the property and you have an idea that you want to move forward with the property, you get an appraisal. Now, you're not the one that actually technically orders the appraisal on a traditional home buying type of situation. You're just letting your lender know, hey, I'm ready for the appraisal. And your lender is the one that actually puts in the order to order the appraisal. Now, they're going to collect money from you up front right now to pay for the appraisal, but the appraisal is actually part of your closing costs, like your closing costs on the closing day. But banks don't play with their money. There's a reason why they got those big buildings, right? So what banks do, because you're not fully approved yet, because they haven't done all their due diligence yet on your taxes, on your work history, on your work verification, on all these other different things, they haven't done that yet. So they don't even know if they're gonna process and move forward with giving you a loan, right? So they're gonna make sure that you pay for the appraisal up front first. So if the deal falls apart, like you lied on your tax or something like that, and they can't give you the loan, that the deal falls apart, they're not out the money and you're out the money, and then they'll just give you a credit on your settlement statement at closing. But the appraisal is where they hire a third-party company to basically give them their opinion of if the house is worth what you have it under contract for and what they're loaning you off of. So that is the appraisal. So typically, depending on your market, the appraisal can come anywhere from usually a week and a half to 2.5 weeks. But we've seen ever since COVID, with the market going crazy and people being backed up, appraisals could take 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and sometimes even longer, right? So that is appraisal. So guys, there's more information to this. If you have more questions, if you're intrigued but you want to learn more, reach out to us. We'd love to help you. Feel free to visit us on uprise6.com. That's our website, Uprise Real Estate Partners. You can find us on other social media platforms. We'd love to connect with you. And like I said, if you're not here in Texas, connect with us as well, and we'll help you with people in our network. Thank you guys so much. I love you.